Oh, Leena Kazak, thank you so much for jumping on. So that Forest and Fawn retreat, I'm like shaking still trying because
Oh my
I was trying to get
goodness.
onto it.
Did it go through?
Yes, it went through. I
Oh,
was so
congratulations.
nervous. Thank you. I'm so excited. So for anybody who doesn't know, that's what I was yapping about on here. Forest and Fawn retreats. I had gone to one in Yellowstone, actually like a month ago. Just like a bunch of readers get together, and it was an ACOTAR retreat. But this one's going to be like a fourth wing, whole
Oh,
Scotland
that
dragon
sounds
retreat.
wonderful.
But yeah, we're like staying in a castle. It's the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
Yeah.
amazing. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so
So
glad it went.
of like, yeah, I have my little book club here in town. There's like four of us. And I'm always trying to force books onto them. And I'm like, but it is nice to go to a retreat and have like the people that are avid
Yes.
readers, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's get started because I already took up 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah. Thank you so much
Um,
for having me. I'm really excited to
yes.
chat.
First, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, as well as I can be. Uh, pretty well. Pretty well.
What do you have going on right now?
Right now, I just finished a pretty productive writing session.
Okay.
And then after we finish chatting, I'm going to answer some emails, do some admin work, try to exercise a little bit, and then go pick up my kids from camp.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I was going to ask about that, like just what kind of, and I know we want to protect your private family life, which I absolutely love. I'm the same way, in the respect that like I don't put my kids on social
Hmm.
media really, and especially for you being an author, I can see not
Right.
wanting to do that. So, I wanted to ask you how the last, because you went to a convention.
Yes,
So how was that for you?
it was unbelievable. And I can't wait to go to my next one. So, as you know, I'm faceless. So
Yeah,
I don't like to post my face on social media.
right.
And I was nervous how, the event would go, but I wore a mask and it was like a
Okay.
bedazzled mask. I actually got so many compliments on it. It had like gems coming down, like a COVID type mask. Think like a
Love
COVID
that.
era white
Yeah.
mask, just bedazzled with gems hanging off of it. And everyone was so like just, polite, respectful.
Yeah.
I did get people wanting to take a picture, understandably, and I'd be like, oh, like I'm actually not taking pictures. And
Okay.
then on the second day, I felt comfortable enough to like hold the photo over the book over my face, and I did snap a couple like that. But I had such
Yeah.
a great time like talking to readers in person, and meeting author friends that I've been talking to for 2 years now, and meeting them in person. It was amazing, and I
Yeah.
can't wait for my next one.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and I mean, you said that, people are coming up asking to take pictures. So I have been to one convention. Was there anything like, because I've heard some authors have had negative experiences, but I'm really glad that you had most people be respectful and asking. So is there anything that like, I don't know, that you would have to like tell anybody listening or watching?
Did I think the event did a really good job in terms of like physical touch. Like everyone had buttons that they could pick from where it was green and it would just said like yes to hugs. Like you don't even have to ask. And then a yellow button that said ask, like before you hug me,
Okay.
and a red button that said like no, like I'm not doing any hugs. So I think like
Okay.
I wore the yellow button. So people asked me before they hugged me, and I was happy to hug
Mhm.
them with a warning. I think
Awesome.
in general for photos, I think most people are open to taking photos with
Right.
readers. So no, I think honestly everyone was so sweet and kind and respectful, and I would just say, like treat others with kindness, and
Right. Yeah,
it'll
because
be great.
I've heard some, or you go on like threads, which I don't know if you're on threads,
Yeah.
but it's kind
Hmm.
of like it's kind of the worst sometimes, or like everybody just uses it to like. So I've heard
Yes.
so many horror stories about certain conventions. So I'm glad that you had a really positive experience because I'm always afraid that like authors aren't going to come back based on some readers' behavior or the attendees' behavior that have come up. So again, I'm really glad that you had a positive experience. I love that button idea because I did not see that. And also it can be really overwhelming, especially these large conventions, to like
Hmm.
know everybody's what their limits are, their boundaries are.
Right.
And so I love that they did that.
Yeah, and not everyone is going to see it. And I did have a
Yeah.
sign at my table, but it was like a little bit low, so I think some people didn't see it. But they were super understanding when I was like, "Oh, like I'm, not really comfortable with that."
Yeah.
Nobody was mean to me.
Okay, good. So your workload right now, can you tell us what you are currently working on? Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Somebody said I need a yellow button for everyday wear, and I love
Oh
that.
my
That's so
goodness.
funny.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes. I love that. I have actually a sticker, or not a sticker, this little sign that like my sister gave me as a joke, um
Oh my
to
gosh.
keep at
Yes.
my desk. Like, okay, I just
Yeah.
need a minute. I need a minute, kids.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So my workload right now, I'm working on another standalone, and it's going to be traditional. So when Scarlet Press acquired Between Tides and Thunder. Oh my God, I just messed up my own book title. Between
That's
Tides and
okay.
Thunder. Yes, when they acquired BTAT, they also acquired my next standalone, which is the one I'm working on. It's in a completely separate universe.
Okay.
Um, and I'm like almost done with the first draft. I'm so close. I can
Oh my
taste
gosh.
it, and then I can, I go back and revise and slice and dice it. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's very different from BTAT. I
Okay.
actually have a novella out right now that sort of serves as a prequel to this story. It's like a
Okay.
dark, gritty Witcher type world with magic and bounty hunters and
Yeah. So
yeah,
Bound to
those kind of
Burn.
vibes. Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Yes.
I was wondering about that because you have it up, it's Bound to Burn and then prequel novella. And it's funny because I made a note and I put a question mark
Mhm.
because that's the Scarred Soul saga, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So that's already
exactly.
out and people can read that,
Hmm.
and which
Hmm.
I have not gotten to yet. So tell me, I can easily read Finn, but is that our female main character? That's Cam
Can't mix.
Camix. Okay.
Can't mix.
I was like, I
Yes.
didn't know if there was like some like Camish or something that we had to like figure out the X. So can you tell us, I mean, without spoiling, of course, can you tell us a little bit about that um,
Yeah.
world?
So, okay, Bound to Burn was actually a part of the Goblin anthology, the first Goblin anthology. And I already had the idea for this story. And I was thinking of, when she approached me, what I could write for it. And I thought, oh, like, what if I did a prequel for this? So I already had the story outlined. And the novella takes place 2 years before the events of now this upcoming standalone. And it focuses on Finn and Camix, who are supporting characters in the full length novel. And
Oh,
it's a second chance romance. It takes place over the course of like one night,
okay.
and there's flashbacks to the past, and it's like 100 pages, but I think it's really painful. 100 pages. It's a full story packed in
You
there
don't
about,
say. You don't say it's
yes,
painful.
like, yes, it's a little bit painful. And then we meet the MMC of the standalone, who is friends with Camix. Um, so you get to meet him, kind of, see what he's like. And then the ending of this sort of sets up, just in like the briefest way, this standalone, which is now going to focus on the MMC and what he's going to go through.
That's amazing. Okay, so then that's going to be your traditionally published, which is so exciting.
Yes, just
Congratulations.
thank you. I'm
Uh,
like nervous, like just fully trad published from the beginning. Like I've never gone through that before. So
Yeah. Well,
um
right, because Between Tides and Thunder was indie.
yes.
And so that's how we got these, which are gonna get their full new, edges and all that, which I'm excited for as well,
I can't
which
wait.
are available for pre-order. I also ordered that fantasy design special
Yes.
edition too,
Oh,
because
that edition's gorgeous.
which is unfortunate that it's closed now for anybody that's like watching this, but
Yes, but you can pre-order the trad edition hardback,
yes.
which, it's also going to be gorgeous.
So pretty. Yeah, the art that they've already like teased is amazing. So, can you? I know that like there's certain things that you can't talk about. But what can you say as far as like your experience going from indie to trad, both with Between Tides and Thunder, and then them acquiring a
Mhm.
whole, this Scarred Soul saga that hasn't even hit yet and is going to
Right.
be full on trad.
It's been honestly such a whirlwind. Like, if you had asked me a year ago, like, I did not think this would have happened. Like, I obviously hoped this would happen, but it
Hmm.
was just such a kind of like a very surreal experience. I think it's been for me like really positive working with Scarlet Press. Everyone's been so um, open to my ideas, like, very supportive. It feels very much like a collaboration. And so, like, I love working with the team. And it's different because, BTAT was already out and published. And so we're not really making many changes to it. So the hardback is only getting like a light copy edit. There's no changes to the plot or any scenes or anything else.
Awesome.
And I guess I'm curious to see what the process will look like with my next book, right, which will go through the full trad process, which I'm sure will be a lot more intensive in terms of the
Yeah.
content and the scenes, and so that'll be an experience.
Yeah.
um but so far I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it.
Okay.
I've stepped back a little bit on um like I used to make all of my own content, and I've kind of outsourced that just so I have more time for writing. And my PAs have been incredible in picking up more of the things that I used to do now that as I have less and less time. So
Right.
I really takes like a community, I think, to get a book out there.
Yeah, I mean, for people that are aspiring authors or indie, I mean, when you're trying to do it all on your own, which you did in the beginning, and I'm
Mhm.
sure that you had like the community of friends that kind of helped you through it too. But social media itself can be a full-time job. So
Right.
that alone is just like it's mind-blowing to me how people have time to write and are also trying to stay on social media and then trying to get your book out there. It's just it can be too much. Um, so
Yeah.
so you're going to be going into this for the first time. So as far as like when you were indie, I mean, were you the one like finding editors and beta readers, or like were your PAs doing that, and then now that's all going to be handled by like the publisher?
Um, Honestly, I'm not sure how
Okay.
it's going to work when I'm trad, because that whole process kind of I had already done that as indie. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'm assuming yes. I think there are a lot more restrictions, right? Like I think with trad books, I think ARCs are only available on NetGalley for the most part, right? And then I
Right.
think they'll handle, I am assuming, like the PR boxes and that kind of stuff. But when I was indie, yes, like I did that on my own. I for anyone who's an aspiring author, like my strongest piece of advice is to find your community, because everybody needs author friends and colleagues to, bounce ideas off of, get advice from, get support from. And it's honestly the only way, really, is to find
Yeah.
like people to support you, because it can feel so lonely otherwise. Like
Right.
people in your real life can be so supportive, and very supportive and encouraging, but they don't really like get it, like the way
Yes.
an
Oh
author friend
yeah.
would get. So I imagine it's probably the same thing being like a reader, like someone who's really heavily into reading and that's their passion. Someone whose hobby maybe is not, or their interests aren't in reading, they maybe wouldn't get it. Like they'd be like, okay, like it's just a book. Like why are you
Right.
crying?
Yes. Well, that's exactly right. And we've talked about that before. So there's a group of girls that I've met through Instagram, and it's so funny because I even said yeah, I have some supportive, and I have friends and my real life community, but there
Yeah.
is something about like some of these people that I have never met in real life that are the most supportive and show up. And even with I've been doing a couple of audiobooks, and so narrating, and the way that those people show up for me, it's like
Yeah.
tenfold to the way like I can't even get some of my family members to jump on and leave a
Oh
comment to
yeah.
to help get my social media presence going. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like it's like you said, having that online community is really, really
It's
important.
key.
Yeah, and I remember watching a live. It was I forget her real name, but it's like Book Goblin.
Goblin, yes.
Um,
She goes Little
okay.
Book Goblin.
Okay, yes. And and I remember you guys talking about, so you are planning on more Between Tides and Thunder universe.
Yes.
But it will still be like a like interconnected standalone.
Yes, I do
Okay.
have an idea. So, if you've read Between Sky and Sea,
Mhm.
the ending kind of hints to this next book. Yep, that one. There's four epilogue scenes in that one that I just, oh my God, I love them so much. But the
Yeah.
last one hints at this new one about the Vulcan princess,
Okay.
where, so, we hear about the Vulcan princess. We hear about fire wielders and we hear about their little island, but we don't actually see any of them. So, I'm really excited to have an entire book dedicated to Volca and their princess, and she's going to be a fire wielder, and her love interest is going to be a heart wielder, and Zev and Maya are going to have a cameo, and I'm really excited, to dive into that world.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I have this obviously because I'm showing it, but I haven't gotten to read it yet, which is killing me because I've been like I'm drowning in arcs right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so exciting that this came out, and it's funny because when we were I'm part of your email,
Mhm.
newsletter. And so it was so exciting to get like Zev's point of view, little snippets
Yes.
here and there, but
Oh,
now we have a whole book. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, you must go get this companion novel. And I saw that you put out a tandem guide as well.
yes, yes. So, doing the surprise drop for Zev's POV was like the moment of my life.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to top that. Um, So I had when I wrote Between Tides and Thunder, I had was already planning to write Between Sky and Sea, and then surprise dropping it like, hey, I lied. There's
Yeah.
another book. Um, so um, yes, so the tandem read guide, I was so highly requested. I will caveat by saying you must read Between Tides and Thunder in full before doing a tandem read.
Yeah.
If you've read it, you know why I'm saying that,
Yes.
right? Like
Yeah.
and the tandem read I think would be so fun to do with the BTAT audiobook
Yeah.
and the BSAS like physical book. So I'm really, really
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah. So I definitely, because when this book came out, I had found it because of Iris,
Yes.
Influencer Society. So, and reading it, and it's just like I didn't read the blurb or anything, and it's funny because even you put, you have your tropes, and it's like there's going to be betrayal, but even still you don't know,
Yeah.
you really
You
do
don't
not
know.
know what you're in for when you start reading this book. And so again, so tandem is for reading Between Tides and Thunder, and then when you go through and read again to do a tandem afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the full experience.
Yeah, I have my book club girls, they're working through it right now. One of them is like right at the end, and she's like, I had to put it down. I don't want to spoil anything on here, but there was a certain part where she said,
Yeah.
I had to put it down. I'm so mad. And I'm like, and then I asked her, I messaged her on the side, and I was like, so tell me what part you're at, because how many times did you do that to us throughout the book?
Right.
And so she told me where she was at, and I was like, oh girl,
Oh,
you still got a way to go. You're still gonna go through it.
yeah, it was probably like
Yeah.
a 54%.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought she was like right at the end, and I was like, oh no,
Oh
nope,
no. Oh
we
no.
still got
Like you
away.
you don't know what's coming.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. And then my other girlfriend, she had been waiting for the audiobook to come out. So now
Mhm.
she's waiting for her credit, and then she's gonna start listening. So
Oh, I
um
love that.
yeah. And so that process, when with the audiobook, did that go through with Scarlet Press, or did you have that already in the works as an indie author?
It went through with Scarlet Press. It was at the
Okay.
same time because it's with Simon Maverick, who is part of Simon and Schuster.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
yeah, it was like together.
Yeah. And how was that? Like, was that also mind blowing? Like
It
hearing
was,
them?
oh my goodness, it was incredible. And the way they move so quickly. Like, the deal happened I think in June, and end of July we had the audiobook, and it was amazing. Like, I think the narrators did such a like phenomenal job. I
Yeah.
feel like, when you listen to them and just the emotions that they bring out, like I was in tears at several parts,
Yeah.
having read this book a bajillion times, just,
Yeah.
hearing the pain in their voices.
it's like bringing it to life in a way. I mean, it's already like your writing is, it already feels like it's real, but then hearing the voices, it's just seems like it's tenfold.
Mhm.
Okay, so I wanted to read to you a couple of things people are saying here. So we've got people saying they love the cameos; they're so excited for that. That some of them have already done the tandem read, and that it's perfection. And that they complement each other well. Jaw dropping on the floor. Just got the audiobook today from Dirty 30s and Booked. And then somebody else saying the audiobook is so good, it would be amazing if BSAS had one. Any?
I've been getting that a lot.
Yeah,
I've
of
been getting that question
course.
a lot. I have to look into that and really give the people what they want, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, is this still technically indie?
It is. It is
Okay.
indie, and I
Okay.
have no plans to change that. But I mean, I
Okay.
think people really want an audiobook,
Yeah.
so I should
Yeah.
make that happen.
Okay, and then somebody's also asking if there's any word on BSAS getting a special edition. I know that Fantasy Designs, they put out like an interest form for
Yes,
that. Okay,
they did put out an interest form,
okay,
and I believe the response was positive, but I
okay,
cannot comment at this time on
okay.
whether we'll be getting one.
Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye on Fantasy Designs, their page for any confirmation on that. Maybe coming. So that's good to know. And then I wanted to ask. Okay, so I wanted to actually go into. I think we already kind of went over Bound to Burn. But I could talk about Between Ties and Thunder all day. But I wanted to learn more about you and like what were your favorite books, childhood, young adulthood, all of that, if you're willing to share.
Oh, this is such a good question. Okay, my favorite books growing up as a kid, I loved the Goosebumps series. That really comes to mind.
Yeah.
Um, I was a big Harry Potter kid when I was like 10 or 11, so I read that series. And
Okay.
then I kind of fell off of fantasy after that. And then I read a lot of like thrillers, historical fiction, mystery. Um, and then eventually I read ACOTAR and then Fourth Wing, and
Mhm.
then that was my education in romantasy.
It's so
um,
funny because you're so much like all of us. It is always you
yes.
feel like these like authors as far as like as a reader. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but you almost feel like I don't know. You guys are like celebrities to us, and so
Oh my gosh.
to hear that you also read
Yes.
Goosebumps and Harry Potter and all these books, it's so fun. And it's funny that you say mystery. So like as a kid, I remember reading Nancy Drew. I don't know if you
Yes.
ever read.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
because I feel like everybody that went through Goosebumps also had other like mystery books that they read, but like Nancy Drew
Yep.
was one of my favorites.
Mine
Okay, and
too.
then did you go through like the Twilight phase? Was that not
I did go through the Twilight
okay?
phase. I forgot about that.
I feel like
I
that was
had
like the segue. Like
the
that was
Twilight
our
phase, the Twilight fan
yeah,
fiction phase.
yeah.
I love the Game of Thrones books.
Okay, so you've actually read
In
Game of
some ways,
Thrones.
I've read Game of Thrones,
Okay,
and I watched the show.
okay. I was gonna say I've watched the show, but I am like the first time I tried reading the books, I opened the page and I was like, oh my gosh, this is too overwhelming, and I had to close it.
It's yes, it's very
Yeah,
heavy fantasy. It's very
yeah,
heavy fantasy with a lot of characters, and I think towards the end of it, I was confused most of the time.
yeah.
So,
There's a lot of jumping around
yeah.
for sure. Okay, and then did any of those? I mean, would you say that any of the authors that you've read throughout your lifetime have had any type of influence on you and the writer that you want to be,
I think
or that
what
you are a
or
writer?
that well,
Sorry.
well, I mean, I'm just getting started. I feel like there's so much I want to do. I love how really talented authors, some of the ones that I mentioned, how they kind of leave things ambiguous, where they're not inserting their opinion on what they think of a character, and people then have different opinions on different characters, and so I kind of like having that, like almost like morally grayness in all the characters, right? Like
Hmm.
whether you agree with their decisions or not agree with their decisions, like I think an argument could be made, on both sides. And I've had in my street team, like, do we like Dak? Do we don't like Dak? Like, is Dak a tragic figure? Is he like a jerk who, So I like
Yeah.
writing characters that raise those kind of questions. I think that makes for really interesting writing. And I think that's something I really try to do is like, okay, I mean, I hate this guy, but I want people to be confused about how they feel about him.
Yeah, and even as people read between Tides and Thunder, like my girlfriend, for example, who had gotten to a certain part, and she was like all torn up about it, and for me, I was like, oh, I didn't even care. So,
Right,
so for
right,
certain, for certain characters, that it's like it is funny how different people and different readers how they like grab on to certain characters, or the way they're comprehending like what's going
right.
on. Yeah, so that is a really cool insight, actually. And
Yeah,
I think that you get that a lot from readers like that will complain, I didn't like the, female main character. She's too
right.
stabby or whatever. And it's
Hmm.
like, okay, but reading is for fun. And so they're going to have, these characters are going to have these, funky personalities. And so
Yeah,
it is so funny, like seeing the different feedback that you
right.
get.
On the same book. And I think it really speaks to a lot of like the difference in readers' perceptions that are so, kind of shaped by their own beliefs and their own life experiences. And um I think it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I just have to say, I loved both Maya and Zev throughout the entire thing. Maya to me was like I knew it was like because I knew something, wasn't was up. Something was up the entire
Yeah.
time. But I just like she was written so well. I mean, in my opinion, and I'm sure with everybody else too, with your fandom that you've created. Um, yeah, you threw us for a loop. That's for sure. Is there any like has anybody in real life put any influence onto your characters, or are they just in your head?
um I would say for these characters, they kind of are unique unto themselves. I wish I aspire to be like Maya, like she's so
Hmm.
kind and so compassionate, but she's also so tough and fierce and
Yeah,
just honestly like a force of nature. Like I love that she has that duality of being so kind and compassionate and a healer, but also like if you mess with me, like you're gonna find out.
yeah, yeah. I love that she
And
has both of those, and I feel like a lot of people can, see themselves in her. And I like that you say that you put like who you aspire to be into her, and
yeah,
I think that's what's really cool about um you know you getting to write, and then
right.
us as readers getting to sit and be like pretending that we're the main character. Right, let me see, I had some other questions for you. If anybody has questions, by the way, go ahead and drop them in, and I'm trying to like read those and go off of my screen at the same time. I know that you're thick in writing right now, so no judgment whatsoever, but do you have any current reads that you have going on right now?
I am reading Web of Vows and Affections right now,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm a little salty with Arya Ash book right now.
I've heard amazing things about those books so far. I haven't read it yet, but it's high on my TBR right now.
Let me know when you read it, and we can
Okay.
chat about
Okay.
it.
When I get to whatever part that you're at right now and be like, oh my gosh, I'll be
Oh
in your
my god!
DMs.
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh, here's a really good one. Okay, what is a go-to book that you always recommend?
I always recommend the Naiads of Jewel series by Whit Stanfield. I don't know if you've read it. The first book is called A Sea of Song and Sirens,
Yeah.
and it is so good. I read it. I read the first book maybe a year and a half ago, maybe two
Okay.
years ago now. I read it, I think, in August 2 years ago.
Awesome. I do.
And
So I have those books. I haven't read them yet, but it's good to know that you highly recommend them. I have like the coveted
they're
cover version
yes.
of
Oh my
them.
God. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's enemies to lovers. Like I've never read it like this. And
Yeah.
I was so mad. And then I was even more mad. And then I was like, oh, and then I was still mad. Like I read the first book in probably like 12 hours next month. And it's just so good. So good.
Yeah.
I will always recommend it.
Okay, so there it is, everybody. Whit Stanfield. Okay, and then we have another question. Um, is it assumed that the Tundranis, I don't know if I'm saying that right, know of the tunnels because of Maya's grandmother?
Yes, so the trainees
Okay.
do know about it because of that time with Maya's grandmother, and perhaps
Okay.
even before that. There's been a lot of back and forth over the decades. It's possible they were aware of it before, but definitely from that time.
Okay. And are we going to get, or is more of that in like future books, or is that just something that you
I don't
have
have,
in
yeah,
your knowledge? Okay.
I don't have anything specific planned, but I have been playing around with the idea of like a prequel novella, maybe at some point. At some point, I just
Maybe.
have,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
very
So
busy. You're a very busy woman.
my pipeline is so long. I just have to write faster.
So I hope that answers that for C. Coletti 9. Yeah. And then somebody else is saying, just want to say, read Between Tides and Thunder before it took off. Oh, me too. Watching your book become everyone's 6-star read on Book Talk has been amazing to see. You deserve all the praise.
Oh, thank
Congratulations.
you so much. Thank you. So that
Yeah.
means so much to me because honestly, like without all of the incredible ARC readers, this wouldn't be possible. So I'm so
Yeah.
grateful.
Oh, and then a follow up plot twist and tales because she had asked what your go to was. She says that Between Tides and Thunder is her go to recommendation now for
Aw, thank
people,
you.
which is
I
so
appreciate that.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, I feel like I kind of ran through all my questions for you. Oh, I did want to ask, one more thing. So outside of being an author and your bookish things, what do you like to do just outside of that? What are
So
your hobbies and or what do you like to do?
so before, like years ago, I'd be like reading is my hobby, and now like I feel
Right.
like it's not a hobby anymore. It's like my it's part of
Your
my job.
job. Yeah.
So outside of reading, which I still really love reading, I wish I had a little bit more time to read, is one, convincing my husband to read romantasy. He's reading The Everlasting right now. He read Metal Slinger before this.
Wow.
I'm so proud of him because before the only romantasy he'd ever read were my books. And I think BTAT was like the gateway drug for him because he was suddenly open to reading more romantasy. So I'm always like pestering him uh,
I
like,
love that that's
what
one of
are
your
you up
hobbies.
to? And so that's because I feel like I can, like live vicariously through him, like
Yeah.
experiencing, the plot twists. And
Mm.
then I love trying out new places to eat. I love going out to eat because that means I don't have to cook. And
Yes.
I love going to the beach. I love the beach. Oh my goodness, I could just spend the entire day there with my kids.
Yeah. So are you, I mean, without giving away where you live, are you near a beach or do you have to travel?
I have to drive a fair amount of
Okay.
distance to go to the beach. So when
Okay.
we go for a few days, and then um,
Oh,
we'll
you
stay for a couple days. Yeah, and
make a
then
stay of it.
right, and
Yeah.
then I always miss it when I'm not there. But I don't know if I could do it year round. Like a beach house sounds nice, but
Yeah.
you know,
I will say, so I'm in California and it takes me, I mean, I work for a beach city as my real job. But it takes me like 30 minutes to get there and but it's funny because now that I work for a beach city, it's like I don't really want to go to the
you
beach
don't
that
really
much
want to
because
go.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. It loses
So
magic.
yeah, yeah, but I love that you go and you stay. But I would say, like, if we went to, I wouldn't want to go to that beach city, but like if we went to a more remote one,
Yeah.
that's like a dream. Or I would love. I've been to Hawaii once, and I would just love to go back.
Oh,
I dream of it all the time.
yes. Oh, I love it. We've been to the Bahamas a couple of times,
Oh,
once with the kids and once without the kids, and it like the beaches there are just like there I would live, 24/7. Like
yeah, and they don't even compare. I mean, even with like the sand is different.
yes,
Everything's different. The sand and the
everything is
water.
different. The
Yeah.
water's so clear and warm, and
Yeah.
the sand is like just so soft. So
Yeah. I'll read through a couple more of these and then I'll let you get back to your day. We have somebody that said these books are definitely her reads of the year. Loved Between Sky and Sea. It was like reading Between Tides and Thunder for the first time. That's from Yajna Ramnath.
thank
And
you.
then Dirty 30s and Books. She says she's a huge foodie too. And what is your favorite
Oh,
type of food or dish?
I love dessert. I love all dessert. No hesitation, dessert. I love milk. I love lava cake and I love milkshakes. Um, I love pasta, all kinds of pasta, every kind of pasta, I would say.
Yes, yes. I'm like a huge, I love anything like shrimp carbonara or something.
Mm,
My favorite.
yes.
Are you a fish girly or no?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
okay.
shrimp and salmon and um,
I feel like to
tuna
be a real
sandwiches.
foodie that you have to like all those things.
You
Like
have to
my
like,
my
you do.
husband, he doesn't count as a real foodie because he doesn't like fish. So
Right, right. They're so good.
And then we have it's Gabby Yu. She's asking, do you have plans? Oh, so Gabby, if you missed it, she does have plans to write a standalone, which is it's going to be traditionally published with the Bound to Burn prequel novella. And then she asked if you have plans to do any like trilogies or series.
I do have a trilogy planned. I'm really excited to talk about that. That's my next project after I'm done with this standalone. I have a trilogy and then one, two, I think three duologies in my pipeline after that.
Amazing. Okay, so how does that work for you? Like, so I'm ADHD brain. I don't know if you how it works for you, but like, are you able to just like sit down and focus, or do you kind of have to like you get an idea and you have to go write it down and that like do you have like a bunch of different notebooks, or how does that work?
I
Keeping it.
I have a bunch of different notebooks, and
Okay.
so as I get an idea that feels compelling
Hmm.
and like different, I will just jot down kind of the premise for it, and then over the next couple months, whichever idea is calling to me more strongly, like I'll just think about it in my head, like just dissociate, like sit down and just like zone out, and or before I go to bed, like think about the characters and situations they're in, and then honestly, like I'll have scenes come to me that way that I'll just jot down into a notes app. And then I'll do that for months, like months and months. And then when the characters start feeling real, I'll do like a rough outline. And then after the rough outline, I do a more detailed outline. And then I'll start drafting it. And so there's been times in the past where I've been writing one book while outlining another book.
Hmm.
And so yes, I have I'm completely focused on this standalone. I'm not outlining anything, but the trilogy characters are just they're in my head. And I'm like, can you guys just like wait until I finish this and then I will give you my undivided attention? But they're yeah.
We're ready now. Okay, so that's so exciting. And then we had somebody was asking, oh my gosh, I don't know how I just got this.
Oh
I don't know how this just
no.
happened.
The filter just showed up.
Okay, well, this is funny. Hi. I don't know how
Oh
to get
nice.
rid of it. Um, whatever. Okay, so somebody asked, somebody asked timeline. I can't even take myself seriously. Okay, timeline plans for the Vulcan Princess book ad. So excited to hear more about them and the Heart Wielders. So, so your trad the next on your timeline, and then we're talking Vulcan Princess standalone.
No, unfortunately, that one is a little bit away. It's a little bit farther away. So my trad
Okay.
standalone is next, and then my trilogy, which may or may not be trad, I'm not sure yet. And then at least one duology because I really like those characters also won't leave me alone. And then I think after that, I'll have spent enough time away from this world that I'll be ready to kind of dive back in. But those two other
Okay.
worlds are just really calling to me, and I think when you have that um, spark, I think
Hmm.
that really makes for an incredible story. When you're just like aching to write it, it almost
Yes.
writes itself at that point. The
Yeah.
characters just they know what they want to
Yeah. And we obviously don't want to put any pressure on you or your characters
do.
that are living in your brain because we want it to be the amazingness that was Between Tides and Thunder. So we will be patient. I'm sure you field those types of questions all the time on social media. But we're also so excited. It's so exciting to like
I know. It's such a fun,
get
right.
more.
And I appreciate it because that means, you guys love Between Tides and Thunder and you want more of
Yes.
this world and I made you feel that. So I love that.
Yes. And we were saying, and I love that she said, don't worry, I'll read these again happily for when that is ready, which Same. Like this is going to be like a comfort read for me when, like it's kind of like ACOTAR where you have like the comfort reads that you go back to and you just do your
Yes.
rereads or your
Y-
re-listens. Like
Yep.
happily, you just take your time, you keep giving us other series and things, and we'll just keep going back and forth. It's totally fine.
I appreciate it so much.
And then I feel like I had one more question in here from somebody, or if anybody has any, pop them in before we jump off. Um, that's funny. She said this is going to be the book slump read. That's totally true.
Ah, I love that.
Whenever you're in a book slump, and with the companion too, like you can just go. I just need to spend time with Zev. We'll just go read
Hmm.
Between Sky and Sea. Um, okay, cool. So, and then, do you have any other conventions planned? So you just did one. Do you have any like that that you're going to be going to, or not yet?
I don't have any that are finalized. I am working
Okay.
to see if I can attend at least one more this year, but I don't know yet which one, if any.
Okay. And then are you looking like do you and I know you said if any, but like do you feel like you have an idea of like where you'd like to go, like West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, any of that?
Oh my goodness, that's such a hard question because I actually, after Villains and Vixens, I made a post like asking people like, oh, like, do you want me to come to your city? And like, it got so many comments, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, now I feel bad because
We
I'm
all
gonna have
want
to
you.
pick, right? And like, I
Yeah.
didn't expect that, but I mean, thank you to everyone.
Okay, cool. So then you're just gonna have to see like which one appeals to you. Like we have beaches in California,
That's
you can
true.
come out
Yes.
here. I mean, even though I just said they weren't as good as Hawaii, but no, the California beaches are great. You should definitely come here.
Yes, I'm sure the seafood is also great.
Yes, seafood is amazing. So yeah, but if you come anywhere like general Southern California, I have a feeling many people will drive to come to you. So I know that they have one like in San Diego. There's one. I forget the name of it, but I've always wanted to go to that. It's like Books, Crowns, and Gowns or something like that. But
Oh, yes, yes.
yeah, and
That's on my
Romanticon
list.
because that's
Hmm.
one I've been to, and Romanticon was really fun. So, and I also am seeing that you got your Judy Blue artwork, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Oh, I love this one. It's
Oh,
holographic.
look at it. It's so
So gorgeous.
perfect. I love how she does that around all of them. They're so pretty.
Yes. It's
That
so
was one
pretty.
of,
It's so unique. And
yeah, she was one of my first stops at Romanticon for like the vendors to
oh,
grab
she's
that.
the
So I just
sweetest.
love, yeah. Now did she like do you guys commission those or does she just do those and then like send them to you?
I think it's probably a mix. I think
Oh, okay.
maybe some artists commission them. And
Yeah.
I do have her booked for a commission slot for my next set of characters, but she actually surprised me with this one. Because
Oh,
she like read it and loved it, which like I was like just honored because like I love her so much. Oh my God,
yeah.
that she chose to do this, to do them. Just
Yeah.
huge honor.
Amazing. Yeah. I have I want to get them. Sometimes she does the bookmarks too. So I'm like
Hmm.
I need the art print, I need the bookmark to go along with it,
Yes.
and then I'll display that on
Yes.
my shelf back there.
She gave me a blanket version of this. It's so
No
cute.
way.
Oh,
That's
I love it.
cool. I didn't even know she did those. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm out of questions. I love getting to know you more and the
Thank you so
insight to
much for
you.
having me.
Yes, it doesn't look like we have any other questions for now, but I'll have to keep track on if we get anything on YouTube to send your way as far as questions and have you post about it. It's funny they're saying that they're already going to go order the Judy Blue art prints.
Ah, they're
Me too.
gorgeous.
Me too.
Gorgeous.
I'm going to jump off and order it right now. Um, so thank you again for spending the time and for giving me my time to book my little Scotland retreat. I'm gonna
I'm
go like
so glad you got
celebrate
it.
after we jump off right now. Yeah.
When you're there, I'm
Um,
gonna just be like watching your stories, living vicariously through you.
yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be May 2027. So I'm
I love it.
stoked. And then I'm gonna tell them we need a Between Tides and Thunder retreat after that. And we'll do it and do
Ooh,
it by the water. I think that's a good idea.
yes. I might make an
So
appearance.
yeah. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? That'd be so amazing. I know that they do, like they reach out to the authors to see if they want like to be a part of it in any way.
Yeah,
Like I saw Penn Cole did one with some people, and I thought that was like the coolest thing. Like
that is so cool.
I know that like not everybody has the longest social battery. for all of us excited readers. But I just think it'd be cool, like even if you just did like came and did an evening or something.
Yeah.
I'm
Aw.
gonna table that idea and let them know about that.
Well,
So
thank you.
thank you again. I'll finally let you go. I know this is like the third
No,
time.
thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
no. I love
Thank
chatting with
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. And thank you to everybody that joined. And this is going to be available on YouTube on my channel and probably today sometime. So
Love
thank
it.
you
Thank you so
again.
much. And thank you everyone for joining.
Yes. Have a
All
great
right,
rest of
bye
your
now.
day. Bye.
Bye bye.